afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our fourth episode of Black Flag, our Rapscallion campaign. Today is a very special episode because we are raising money as part of Team Cypher for the Balefon project. You can see the donation bar down below. You can type the thingy is in Isaac's window because Quentin won't be with us today, but you can type in !donate if you want to have the link to donate to the campaign. We are raising money because Black Lives Matter, and a lot of people during the protests are arrested for protesting, and not everyone has the money to post bail. So we are raising money to help people. And what piratey thing could we do if not help people get out of jail, like our characters happen to escape their imprisonment? So there's that. We also have giveaways for anyone who donates to the charity today. We're gonna have one giveaway at the midpoint, so right after break, and we'll have another giveaway at the end of the episode. The giveaways are the adventure Descent into Avernus by Wizards of the Coast. This is a courtesy of Roll20, so you're going to get the whole adventure, the compendium, the maps, everything pre-built into your Roll20 so that you can start playing that campaign with your friends. And of course, because we're playing a pirate game, we also are going to be giving away Ghost of Saltmarch. Same principle, on Roll20, you get the module, you get the everything. So for anyone who donates today, we have these two incredible prizes to give. No matter how much you give, it's your part, you're entered in the giveaways. Also, if you want to help the show, normally we would take donations and bits and blah 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 and alter the narrative of the show and give bonuses and penalties and krakens and all that stuff. But for today, I would appreciate if you would instead donate everything to the Balefon project. Every donation will also go towards changing the show, altering our narrative, sending pirate hunters after us, etc., etc. But instead of helping the channel, because this is not about the channel today, this is not about our show, this is about what's been going on the streets, what's been going on in America lately. So please consider donating to the Bale Project. That said, hi everyone, I'm Simon, at Wandering DM, and today I'm playing Nathaniel, the swashbuckler part of the high-end escort guild that is the Painted Guild. I have a fancy hat, I have a fancy sword, and I now have a fancy pistol. Well, I mean, I had a fancy pistol, but now I have another one. That's it. Let's go around the table, introduce the rest of the cast for today's episode, and we'll begin with our captain. Yes. The captain is muted? Wait, that doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, no, don't worry. Don't worry. Can you talk again?
Thing you want me to say. For the most part. With some exception.
I think it's fixed now. There was an update in Streamlabs, and of course Streamlabs changed all of my stuff again.
Okay. Can Stream hear me now?
Yeah, they can.
Am I good? Okay. Awesome. Again, once again, this is your captain speaking. Black Lives Matter technology is weird, and we out here on our way to Havana to have a grand old time, I hope. And by grand old time, I mean find Ignatius Steele.
Next up on the overlay is our Madelot.
That's me. Hi, I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Josephine, Josie, to her friends, the Madelot. And she is just a sweet, young pirate lass who is really good at murdering people, but is also just a really good friend. And as of the last episode, has a whole bunch of new feelings that she's never had before, and everything's fine.
Up next, our wait, I was gonna say which, but what's your playbook again? Mountebank?
Montebank, yes. Shauna, flying Cirrus. I am playing Corinne, the Montebank slash ship's witch, and well, I guess we'll see if having a demon is a good thing on the ship or a bad thing. We might have just accidentally killed. We not accidentally. We might have on purposely killed someone in a church we maybe shouldn't have.
Maybe we're still undecided if it was a good move or a bad move.
And last but not least, to weave this story together is the Fates.
Oh, hey, y'all. Welcome to our wonderful game of Black Flag, Rapscallion PBTA game. And last time you managed to get out of, well, Port Royal without attracting too much attention, although you did leave 2 dead bodies behind you.
Yes, one in a pond and one half eaten?
In the church.
Missing a hand.
Missing a hand in the back.
Missing a
in
hand
the
and
sacristy
his
of the
life.
church. You know. This is all these things. And so these are things that are, things to know. But hold on, sorry. Okay, I don't need to deal with that. But no, Sven, the demon ate the hand. That's the important distinction here. The demon ate the hand. And then other things happened. But you managed to also find some interesting cache of weapons and gold and a seal and wax for, a secret society that apparently Josephine is attached to, as you're looking for one Ignatius Steele, as he has the 3rd piece of the map that you need to find this treasure that you're hunting for. And last heard he might have been in Havana, staying near a convent in Havana. But we left with you, we left with the captain drinking profusely. The Corinne was enjoying some fine refreshments and kind of watching the captain drink profusely. And there was an emotional, heartwarming fade to black moment for Josephine and Nathaniel. And we left with, our dear friend Steve, the cabin boy, just kind of watching off the prow of the ship. But it's at least another 4 hours to Havana. 6 if the wind doesn't hold. What are you doing? Any of you?
Oh, I
Well-
feel like Nathaniel and Josephine know exactly what they're doing.
Yes. To start, thank you for the donation, the $20 donation. I don't have a name. That's weird because it. Oh yes.
Oh, it was me.
That was you.
It was me. I gave that money. Start off strong.
All right. Then in that case, that would mean. Did you want to change something in the show with it?
Not yet. I think I'm gonna I think I would rather just my money stand as it is. And
The
Maybe later it would be good to get
is-
some
is-
advantage underway.
Is this the Steve safety fund?
Yeah, it's a little bit that like it's 100% putting my money where my values are, and also I would like to protect my boy. But we don't know if he's evil yet. That's been a discussion in the back room. But
So
I think to start for the captain though, I am sobering up the way I was taught to sober up where I'm from, which is coffee and rum together. Slowly, it's hair of the dog, but I need to sober up by the time we get to Havana to hunt down a certain man. And I think I'm also just like a little bit apologetic to poor Steve. My boy. My sweet boy.
I'm busy.
We're busy. We take a break to finish my book.
Oh yeah,
And then we're
like
busy some more.
we play Strip Alphabet.
I just have questions about logistics involved in that, but I don't really need them right now. I just kind of have this moment of like, I might want to know about that later.
Valid.
Also, yeah, never mind. Moving on. Corinne, what are you up to?
I think Corinne is also trying to get sober, but her wish is to kind of just wait it off, prowling the top deck and just having the sea air kind of freshen her up while kind of having conversation with her unseen friend, which I imagine isn't like doesn't sit well with a lot of other sailors that are on the deck, or either hopefully either that they've gotten used to it. It's probably happens a lot.
I mean, I could see where it would take a lot that would happen there, yeah. So, as the seas are calm, the winds are in your favor, you feel the night cool breeze billow through the sails. You hear the creak of wood, the torque of line, the fluttering of sail. There's nothing but you and the open water. No other ships on the horizon. The night passes into day, dawn, and you make sight of Cuba. The port of Havana is still a couple hours off.
At some point, we're gonna have to get dressed.
Yep. Yes. And I assume we do, and then go above deck to be social like Josephine normally is on a voyage.
Social. Is there anybody in particular you're looking for?
I think her best buds are like Isaac and Steve.
Well, both of whom are easily noticeable and easy to find. Isaac is extremely intoxicated, pass out drunk.
Oh, I give them a blanket. I've like put a little sail, like little extra sailcloth over him, and turn his head to the side just in case so he doesn't shout.
He is muttering things that seem very strange about the ship and secrets, and ship knows everything.
Just pat him gently.
You know, it's
Turn
just
him on
kind
his
of
side.
laying in the coxswain, just kind of over there. Steve is sitting on one of the yardarms, watching out over the water towards Havana. Just kind of doing crew stuff.
Okay.
But Corinne, you would hear something in your head as you commune with your friend.
What is it?
Again, it's not really words because words are difficult and complicated. It's the impression of both hunger and satiation at the same time. Being both hungry and satiated. And then even further, a sense of tastiness. Like he enjoyed the snack that he was given.
Patience. I'm sure you'll have some opportunities later. It's probably going to be dangerous, but if you're happy, I'm happy.
You feel a sense of agreement, but still desire for more.
Oh, it's always feel this. But we'll get our fill later. Be patient. Oh, once we get this map, you'll be free. You'll be able to do what we want. Isn't that right, beloved?
There's a sense of agreement and anticipation.
This is also something that she's not making any attempts to hide or keep her voice down. So if Josephine hears that,
Sitting with Steve on the yardarm, like, oh.
have a fun night, Josephine.
Oh, hey, Corinne. Ha ha ha. Hi.
Bright and early. I was just having conversation.
Yes, that's nice. Very nice. Conversations are good to have.
It's always good to keep people happy.
She looks like distracted from him, like, happy. Then she remembers who she's talking to, and it's like, Yes, happy people are happy, and that is good.
Yes, and imagine that Nathaniel is very happy.
I hope
Is that
so.
right?
He was when I last saw him.
And she'll just give you like a real creepy smile.
Oh. Scoot closer to Steve.
I can do if you're ever curious about your future, and maybe your future with Nathaniel, readings are always open. My quarters are always available.
And it definitely won't curse us. No.
Same for you. Nope. Same for you, Steve. If you want to know what your future is.
Yes, ma'am.
I like to hear. Well, we're almost at. I can see Cuba. So.
I lean over. I'm like, Steve,
Excited.
did we crush all the eggshells this morning? Okay.
There weren't as many eggs.
Okay, that's fine.
But I crushed all the eggshells I had.
Good.
We need more eggs.
We'll get some in Cuba.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I should tell the captain.
Yes, you do that, and I'll go tell Nathaniel.
She'll like over. She'll walk away, but then she'll turn and she'll like smile again. Have fun.
Like, definitely pause. Like running, pause. Run.
As you sail run after telling your captain where you are supposed to be, you pull into the port of Havana. Slowly. You see the walled fortifications of the city. You sail through the narrow isthmus here. Are you docking at anchor in the harbor, or are you pulling up to the dock?
Remind me the loyalties of Havana.
They're Spanish colony.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't necessarily have to. Well, we might as well make use. So I think we will dock. I mean, we're still flying under merchant colors and kind of hiding ourselves anyway. So
Yes, and England and Spain are not currently at war with each other.
yeah, for once, like things are fine. I'm absolutely keeping us still undercover. So I think we're just gonna roll up like it's normal and like this is something we've done 100 times and
Act
hope that
casual.
hope that that's enough of a cover to kind of keep everything chill.
Mm-hmm. It is a dock that you sail into in Havana, but it's a little different because the language is very different. You hear shouting in Spanish, less English, but you definitely hear some French and some Creole of those who sailed from Haiti and Hispaniola, excuse me, because Haiti isn't officially a country yet. I have to double check my facts. It's a little bit more not cosmopolitan, but there are more different groups of there are different more people. There are different groups of people, different because it's a Spanish port and they're not currently at war with anyone else in the Caribbean. I think the only people the Spanish would be at war with in the near future are the Dutch, and they're not really a major power per se in the Caribbean at the time. So English and French and merchant ships are coming in and out of Havana. You have a lot more. There's a little bit of tension between the English merchant ships and the French merchant ships, but Havana is an open port at the moment.
Yeah, then I think it's good. We're just acting casual.
Mm-hmm. Do we remain armed, Captain?
Oh, always, but with discretion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna walk anywhere if I don't have at least something on.
I would have to make a personal detour.
I assume that it's business related.
It is absolutely business related.
That's fine. I think I might have to borrow Josie to just make sure I have the description of Ignatius Steele totally secure.
He is pretty tall. He has dark hair. He has a mustache that does this. and the beard that does this. And he's Spanish, and he likes pretty things like art and sculpture. That's his favorite. And he dresses nicely, and he has nice shoes.
Josephine, does he have those rings?
Oh yes,
your
he
friends.
has. He has one. He gave that one to me.
Ah. Well, I guess we should probably also keep an eye on people's hands. See what kind of
Yes.
jewelry they have.
Yes. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on hands. Josie, I believe that you might have to lead the charge of us finding Ignatius Steele.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Elijah with the J at the last when he was alive, he said that there was a mission church in Havana near a convent orphanage place, and that is probably where he would be.
Okay. Okay. Then I think we need to proceed into town and get looking.
I will catch up with you near the orphanage, you said. Right, Josie?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good luck on your business. Be for pleasure business or business, Nathaniel?
Be safe.
When is business always just business?
Well,
Right now, we're looking for a man who has the tattoo of a map that we need in order to get a treasure. So that's business. Well, I do take pleasure in it, but not
Like-
that kind of pleasure. I'm still a little hungover, everyone.
It still is pleasure nonetheless, Captain.
Ugh.
Don't you feel your blood pumping at the thought of finding Ignatius Steele? The thrill
Yeah.
of the chase. Maybe a good fight.
Why would we fight him?
Get all worked up.
Anyway, everyone, to your business. We're docking this ship and we're going into town.
Do you think I should dress nicer?
Tell me, when you would go meet Ignatius Steele before, did you often have did you have to dress nice, or did he just?
Well, he would come into my room and he would say, "Put this on," and that is what I would wear.
And it was generally nicer?
It depended on what we were going to do.
Let's have you dress nice then.
Okay.
And I'm going to casually wait till she turns away and look at Corinne and be like, there's a good chance that Josie's bait right now. I feel a little bad about this.
well, Josie can handle herself. I suppose I should
can.
also be dressed nicely. Less chance that they think something's up or suspect. I think I'm gonna.
I agree. I just think that I mean everyone will have long clothes regardless, but I think we're maybe a little bit using Josie as bait.
Well, just keep an eye on her, because she seems the way she talks about him. There's some fondness there, and depending how things go, well,
Yes.
I surely would not want to be on Josie's bad side.
No, I think that is totally not a good idea. Anyway, shall we?
Let's.
Comes back, does the full twirl. I imagine we raided like a ship at some point that just had like a bunch of like cloth and like outfit cargo, and we just took all of it, and that's like our fancy outfit stash. And so you just go and grab something out of it whenever we need something a little nicer.
I can't imagine that we didn't at some point like some really fancy house that had a lot of dresses and fancy clothes, and it was just like, someone knows how to sew if we need to alter this, right? Because I'm taking all of it.
Yeah, pretty much all sailors knew how to sew because of the sailcloths and stuff. So
Oh yeah, it's more like somebody good at tailoring. Can you make these pants fit me?
Oh,
Kind of thing.
I can definitely do it.
Perfect. But we are one well dressed set of pirates. Let me tell you.
Full twirl. What do you think, Nathaniel? Is this pretty?
It'd be prettier on my cabin floor, but yes.
Oh. And then a little bit of color. Took a second. She's not the swiftest thinker.
And that was not the best pickup line ever either.
All right, let's go find Master Ignatius. He's looking for me, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
Let's hope it's good circumstances, Josie. Shall we?
Well,
So, just for my information, the three of you are heading off after Ignatius Steele to the convent orphanage,
Mm-hmm.
and Nathaniel's heading somewhere else.
Yes.
Okay.
Nathaniel has business apparently. I am also going to I assume Isaac is going to deal with some personal business, so I'm going to give him as a token of good faith in order to perhaps earn some loyalty out of him. I'm going to let Steve go with him and give them a limited purse so that they have a little bit of gold to get around and have a good time, but I will
Who are you giving the money to?
Oh, I'm giving it to Steve. And I'm going to look at Steve and be like, Steve, remember the talk we had? This is
I don't give him money.
the time where you can give him money. However,
Oh.
I want you to you're a smart boy. Use your discretion with him. You know how he can be.
Cool.
So you're in charge, and I'm just like pointedly looking at Isaac. Steve's in charge of the money.
Is this like a test for both of them?
It
Is
is.
it a test?
It is absolutely a test for both of them. Can they both do as they're told and behave? And you know, whatever money is left over is theirs to keep.
Well, Steve and Isaac, Steve, relatively sober and keeping the money well contained, starts weaving into the docks. Isaac kind of bumbles after him, still extremely, that level of woke up and still drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Been there.
Not even hangover yet, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Chugging along.
well, maybe it'll keep him out of trouble for a little bit. Maybe. If he's,
He may end up in a bath. He may end up in another pig pen.
he still smells.
Oh, and I'm just gonna call after him. I'm like, maybe start with a bath.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You just see a vague hand raised and wave as from Isaac. So let's have the camera focus on the three ladies as they proceed towards, well, where? You know that it's a convent orphanage, but
I will. If Captain, would you like me to ask around and see where the orphanage is or the convent?
You don't recognize anything?
I've never been here before.
Really.
Corinne, have you been to Havana before?
Once honestly, I don't think I've kept a good. I don't remember a convent, so you should try to steer clear. The one we went to last time was the first time I've been there in years.
Hmm. But I
Yeah,
do
we
speak
should
Spanish,
have-
so I can ask people for directions if we need to.
Not a bad idea. Everyone keep an eye out for rings and other paraphernalia that might say that they are.
Yes. Captain, I know the whole alphabet now.
Do you?
I do.
My,
There are
you
26 letters, and the most important one, or the most versatile one, is O.
Ah,
you learned a lot last night.
I did.
Wow. Daniel's quite the teacher then.
He's been very wonderful. So I know the English alphabet, and I can speak English and Spanish, but I learned Spanish first, so I'm a little better at it.
Well, then,
All
I
right.
think it would be good for you to ask directions.
All right, I'll find someone who looks nice. Like maybe there's a nice shopkeeper lady.
You're wandering off the dockside, I'm assuming by this point, kind of more
Mhm.
into the town itself.
Mhm.
You see a lot of stucco walls with white trims painted in bright colors, yellows and blues and pinks. It's vibrant, and there's a scent of citrus in the air as kind of flows with the sea breeze that kind of comes through. You see a couple orange trees and lemon trees just kind of, very nicely as the center of like a courtyard ceramic setup kind of thing. A couple public fountains that are open and people are kind of sitting. You see a woman who very pleasantly dressed, not very much not upper class, but a nice merchant level, selling parasols on one of the sides of this little piazza.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Plaza.
approach her.
Yes, how can I help you?
Hello. I was wondering if you could maybe give us directions. We are looking for the orphanage convent place. I'm supposed to be meeting a friend there. We're just arrived and have never been here before. So
Welcome to
Little-
Havana. And welcome to
it's very pretty here.
Yes, it's very pretty. It's very nice. I need a little bit more than just a convent.
Okay.
We have like 6.
Mission church?
That's a little better. And you said an orphanage?
An orphanage.
Yeah, and I'm apparently stuck in Italian and not Spanish.
Listen.
Yeah, well,
It happens to all
It
of us.
happens. Sometimes you just
happens.
get stuck in an accent and it's awful and it happens, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We all have
At least
our
it's a
defaults.
good accent, not like you're stuck in a really weird one. That happens.
Yeah. Well, there's the Sisters of St. Joseph.
That sounds like a
They-
good place to start.
They started a new convent. They teach, and they have an orphanage. But
This sounds like a very nice place. Could you tell me how to get there?
and she will give you precise directions,
Okay.
winding you through the streets, kind of toward further into town, away from the
Mhm.
dockside, more inland area, quieter neighborhood, more not necessarily upper class, but quiet per se.
Mhm.
It maybe an hour's walk from where you are,
Okay.
depending on things that happen.
All right. And also, because Josephine has probably never really spent much money ever, she'll buy a parasol from this nice lady who gave her directions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the directions. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. It's a very bright white lace parasol.
Ooh, fun. She opens it a few times and then leaves it open and then kind of twirls it while they walk. She feels fancy.
It'd be so fancy.
It looks confusing because I think Corinne also has one, but it's like she looks vaguely like she's going to a funeral, so it's very strange. Like the mix of parasols were giving off.
Some very conflicting vibes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
survives.
absolutely.
So Josephine has the pure white lace parasol, and Corinne's got the black lace parasol.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate this. You would see, however, at least, thank you, Time. She might be more. She's fine. In Cuba, it's fine. You see a number of older women, women of varying ages who are going full black, full mourning, with a veil and lace veil and gloves, and even in the heat of Havana, you see a bunch of that. But you also hear music playing, and there's rhythm, and it's where Port Royal felt A, English, and B, both mercantile and capitalist and merchant oriented. There's something about Havana that's, yes, there's that merchant orientation, and you see a bunch of that selling, but there's a feel of liveliness in the city that just kind of permeates everything. Something different about this town.
Captain, do you think we could stay in port for a little while after we find Master Ignatius? Because this is a very fun town.
I think we're gonna have to see. I have a feeling this map is gonna be a little more pressing.
Oh. All right, well, maybe after the map then.
Yeah, there's nothing that says we can't come back.
Yes.
I mean, this is nice.
Well, hoping we complete it in a state where we can come back.
Yes. It's very bright and colorful, and it kind of reminds me of home a little bit.
Does it now? As we're, I'm assuming we're just kind of like making our way through the directions as we're having this conversation. Tell me more about this. Where you grew up.
I don't know where I grew up. I don't remember. But before I met you all, I lived in Spain. Before the traveling. For like a year. And it was fun, and everyone spoke Spanish, and there was music, and it was good. When I wasn't murdering people.
Yeah, I'm assuming that was a very different kind of moment in travel.
Yes, usually that was later at night, and in a dark alleyway. But I don't know where I was before that. I don't remember.
Feel like I'm learning all kinds of new things about my crew.
What about you, Captain? Fond memories of home?
It depends. There were things I liked about home. You know. Certainly life on the sea is much more exciting than being in England, but it's not all bad. And Corinne, what about you?
Oh, I miss it. Yeah. Being weighed on hand and foot, hand in hand. Do what you want. All the people. All the luxuries. But it was it was very stifling. Couldn't do what you want.
Suppose that everybody's has their stories. Though I gotta say, it is nice to have a. You all are probably the first crew that I've been a part of or had that has felt. Well, there's a little more of a sense of unity, perhaps, with the exception of Captain Bloods. They were definitely an upgrade, as far as I can tell. This is not a time for Captain Performance Review.
Yeah, just means like, I'm sorry, I'm a downgrade, Captain.
What? No.
You said Captain Blood was an upgrade.
An upgrade from what I had before. I mean, before I was the girl on the ship. It was it wasn't exactly a welcomed position to be.
No.
But now you're the captain, and you can make your own reputation.
That's true. That's true. Captain Performance Review aside, I will put my ego aside for any sign that we can get this map?
Well, the ladies weave their way towards the convent. Nathaniel, where are you headed? You muted yourself.
Below deck, going to the pile, the communal pile of loot. I am looking for if we have like an ostentatious crucifix. Like golden or like
Roll me a
gilded
D6.
or
Roll me a D6.
sure. 4.
You have 2. One that's obviously was designed to stand on as an altarpiece, and with a little stand on the bottom, and just kind of stands about maybe 18 inches high, gold, jewel encrusted. The figurine is very well sculpted. You know,
Good.
lots of emotion.
I'm
And
gonna
you have
take
another
that.
smaller one? So
No,
which
no,
one-
no. I'm
you're
gonna
taking
take the biggest.
Cool. Big ostentatious crucifix. Got you.
And then I'm gonna make my way to the orphanage.
To the Sisters of St. Joseph. The convent of the Sisters of St. Joseph.
Yep.
Which you are well aware of where it is in town, over in this general area of town.
Okay.
You know, in the, like I said, not necessarily upper classes, but in a quieter neighborhood away from the docks.
Mm-hmm.
The Sisters of St. Joseph are a French order, but of nuns that, by the way, still exist, and they do 2 things really, really well. They run schools for girls, and they run hospitals. They are nurses and teachers. That's what the Sisters of St. Joseph do. And so their convents are, the convent is open, and they have an attached, there's a school as part of the convent which encourages education for girls, but they're also an orphanage that accepts any of the children, and attempts to arrange homes for them, but will also provide education and trade. Also will eventually at a certain age start teaching the children a trade so they can begin, be self-dependent. It's also well known that if you need actual medical attention and you can't afford like the high-end physicians in town, you go and see the nuns, and they will help you free of charge.
I'm also going to grab a handful of guild then.
Yeah. Because donations make the world go round.
Mm-hmm. I will then, make my way to the orphanage.
Are you attempting to not be seen?
I mean, I am Count Esteban de la... I don't know, something. I have to come up with something.
De la Cruz.
Ah, sure. Esteban de la Cruz. I don't need to hide. I'm a wealthy Spaniard.
You make your way through town. There are a few people who recognize you, not necessarily by, as you walk through the plaza, a couple merchants who have seen you before, and kind of that level of retail employee who always clocks someone who tips well and pays well, doesn't necessarily know your name, but knows who you are and makes sure to, be polite when you come through. They kind of wave as you walk by. You make your way up to the convent well before the ladies get there, because they're working their way through directions and you know where you're going. It's a walled convent, but it's not a cloistered convent. It's open. for those of you who don't know, there are two types of nuns, those who are cloistered and those who go out and do service. This is a non-cloistered convent, so the doors are open to people. They allow people to come in. There are sections of the convent that is closed off because they're private areas, but the chapel is open. The public areas are open. They encourage people to come and pray and visit, kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to describe it because I can.
Sure.
And the audience doesn't have pictures, only you guys do. So it's a big open courtyard, 2 stories with stone archways that surround the courtyard with plaster and stucco, ceramic tile roof. One area has the chapel with a tall steeple and a belfry. There are a couple smaller buildings built inside the courtyard for like a garden shed kind of things or contemplation. You see a number of sisters walking around the courtyard as you approach, in full habit, black habits with white wimples and veils. There are some initiates and novices who are in all white. You see a bunch, you would say maybe a total are about 20 sisters that are here that you know of at the moment. But that there have been more at times, but you see about 20. And you see a bunch of children kind of not in the convent itself, but closer toward, in the attached section of the courtyard that kind of leads into the dormitories for the orphanage.
I will make my way to the first sister that I see.
Mm-hmm.
And ask her, where can I find notes? Sister Letitia Maria.
Sister Letizia Maria is in the... she was in the dispensary last I saw.
Thank you. God be with you, sister.
And with you.
And I'll make my way to the dispensary.
You kind of weave through the corridors. There are a number of people. A couple of the younger sisters recognize you, more along the lines of they've seen you before, but they don't really know who you are, and you haven't talked to them, so they're not going to approach you.
Mm-hmm.
You enter the dispensary. It's bright, painted white stucco walls. It's cooler. There are big shuttered windows. A number of cupboards with various medicines and herbs that can be used as such. And Sister Letizia Maria is standing there. One of the younger nuns, but she's also French, and you know her very well. A young, attractive woman, but this is her, she's only been in Cuba for about 4 years now. Yes, and face claim young Audrey. No, it's not Audrey Hepburn.
It's not Audrey Hepburn? I thought it was Audrey Hepburn.
No, that's not Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn is in The Nun Story, which is a different movie. This is the image from this is the one who not the nuns, the actress who plays the lords. It's the movie about lords.
Well, whatever.
I'll look it up. It's fine. But a young 1950s actress who looks really pretty and stylish in a nun's habit.
Buenos dias, Sor Maria.
Wait, I totally just blanked on what you gave as your fake name. She would know
Count-
it, but I, as the DM.
I am Count Esteban de la Cruz.
Ah. Count de la Cruz. Count de la... Count de la Cruz. Buenos dias. Please, come in.
And
How
I'll
may I help you today?
I could not stop thinking of your beauty, sister. It haunted my days and my nights until I found myself wandering into Havana again. I come, as usual, with a gift from my wealthy family to your humble orphanage. And I'll put down the pouch of guilds.
The orphanage thanks you for your kind donation.
I also brought you a special present. Since you are so adamant in staying in this place. There is always room for you aboard my vessel.
She kind of gives you that very polite smile of, you're cute and kind of funny, but no.
And I'll get the crucifix out. This is for you, sister.
Merci, monsieur. The convent will appreciate it. It will have pride of place in the altar.
I haven't been in Havana in so long. Has anything interesting happened? I mean, aside from your daily existence.
I live in a convent. We have had a few people who are more than happy to help us with generous donations. There's a new donor to the church who is happy. Is arranging a gala event. They wish to sponsor the orphanage. It's supposed to be a grand event.
Oh, pray tell, who might that be?
Perhaps you know the gentleman. One Don Ignatius de Herrera de Sevilla.
I have heard of Don Ignatius, yes.
Then he is throwing a grand gala in our favor. Tomorrow or the day after, I do not recall. I've been busy here. It has been quite a joy.
I see. I was going to say something about her being on her knees, but I'll let that go.
We just see this image of Nathaniel with that thought going through his mind, the little thought bubble, and then he just kind of, the image of the thought bubble appearing and the image of him poking the thought bubble to destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
As we proceed. Would you care to tour the orphanage and see what your donations have brought and the benefit
absolutely.
your family has given to our cause? Come, I will show you. And you'll proceed out of the dispensary to lead you towards the orphanage. And as you are, she's going through the classic, the classic charitable organization, let me show you exactly what your donations have done.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like a PBS, shill. It's like with the
Nathaniel
support
is-
of you
Look,
and viewers
as somebody in public media fundraising, I've given those tours. They are not fun. They are real, like, patronizing. They suck.
Yeah, Nathaniel is more busy trying to picture what Leticia looks like under her nun outfit.
under her habit. Man, well,
Yeah.
she's pointing out the new. We've put a new, of course, the classic. We have a new roof on the church because somebody is always asking for money to put a new roof on the church. Doesn't matter why. There's always money for the roof fund. And then there's
Roofs are expensive. Speaking as someone who just got a new one, like, dang.
This is true. They are, particularly when they're tiled and not, shingled tiled roofs. And then there's, we could add a new room and have more beds, and then we have more children to serve, and she's doing the whole thing. And as you kind of come to this point, in the middle of the tour, Nathaniel, you look up and you see the captain, Corinne, and Josephine walking into the building of the orphanage.
Do we make eye contact?
I absolutely see. I clock Nathaniel, and I can see that this is unusual business, but I'm not gonna, because we're also undercover in town. I'm not gonna say anything, and I'm gonna kind of look at the other two and be like, let's just see what's going. Let's just play along with whatever he says.
Oh, they
Who says? And then I see him, and see him walking along, and I lean over to the captain, and I go, "Who is that lady, and why do I want to punch her so badly?"
He's making
In the face.
eyes at
With
her.
a brick.
I'm going to gently take her hand and pat it and said, "She's a nun. I have no idea, but let's not punch the nun yet. Let's
Okay.
just let's
don't
play
usually
along with whatever
want to do
Nathaniel's
those
up to."
kinds of things, and so I just was wondering if you had an answer to that question.
Oh yeah, I'll give you the rundown of those feelings later. But for now,
Okay.
let's just see what Nathaniel's doing. But remember,
Okay.
we're whatever he's doing, we're playing along.
Maybe
Alright.
later, Josephine. Maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe
Okay.
later.
I just twirl my parasol somewhere. A little tighter grip.
And I'm gonna march up to them and be like, "Excuse me, we are currently looking for a friend that
Mhm.
I believe has a connection to this orphanage. He left a note for my companion here and said that he would meet us here, but I'm afraid I'm not sure if he's made it yet."
Master Ignatius Steele?
I do not recall anybody by the name of Master Ignatius. Oh, my apologies. I am Sister Letizia Maria, and
Captain Turner, then make the
A
appropriate.
pleasure. And this is our wonderful patron, Don Esteban de la Cruz.
And I'm going to hold my hand out to the
Oh
Daniel
yeah,
and be
and
like,
I'll take your hand and I'll bend down to kiss it, and I'll be like, "It is an honor meeting you, Captain Turner."
likewise, Count de la Cruz. Likewise.
Charm.
Who are the members of your retinue?
Well, we have the Lady Haley. And I'll gesture to Corinne.
Mm.
And this is my ward, Josephine. And I'm just gonna kind of nudge Josephine gently. So that way
Yeah.
she can
Death
Make
grip
me
on that
appropriate.
parasol, right? Just like, oh.
I can tell I could just see the white knuckles and it's just a nice curtsy.
Just don't.
Yeah, just this little curtsy. Also, she looks very confused. But it's fine.
I do not know any Ignatius Steele, but perhaps you, Josephine, is your name?
Yes.
Let's find the small bell. One moment, please. I'll be right back. I do, and she has this moment of when you see her overcome by social mores. Like, she wants to go and leave, but at the same time, she's touring with the donor who's given the money. And, it's like this, like, I have to do the thing, but I can't leave you alone, but I have to do the thing.
Por favor, Sora Leticia. Go. Do what must be done. I will wait here with this new company.
Yes, I'm very curious to get to know your patron, Count de la Cruz. You say?
Yes, merci. Be right back. And she kind of turns and moves, still gracefully, very subtly, out of the room and leaves you alone right now in one of, like, the corner area, like one of the side rooms of the orphanage. Not the main dormitory, but like a little, like, not quite, like an office kind of area. It hasn't been furnished yet. It's been it's a new addition, so it hasn't been furnished yet.
Oh, my. I didn't realize we were in the company of a count this time.
Yes.
Oh, my
Excuse
God.
me, Count de la Cruz.
Let me get my nice curtsy out of the way. Oh.
Oh yes, sorry, I didn't realize the Count, and I'm also going to just like completely overdo it.
So,
Wow.
is it Nathaniel Esteban de la Cruz?
No, it's just... What are you doing here?
This is where Master Ignatius is supposed to be.
I didn't realize that
This
this
is where
was
Elijah with a J told me to look for him.
Yeah, we got directions, and this is where what are you
Yes,
doing
a
here?
very nice parasol lady told us how to get here.
Yes,
I got the
this is
parasol.
lovely.
I'm working here.
Oh, sacrilege. Hi. Oh, making Jesus cry then.
Well,
I usually think nuns are on their knees for other reasons, but Nathaniel, my.
Oh, you've done more against the church than I ever could. That's the
I
case.
haven't done anything yet. And don't blow my cover, otherwise I'll never get blown. Alright?
I will never, ever blow your cover. But, we need to be here for the map.
Ignatius is, and I'm gonna look around to make sure nobody hears me, another wealthy patron of the orphanage.
He was very wealthy.
He's throwing a gala tonight or tomorrow. He's going to sponsor the whole place.
I guess we're gonna need to get ready, get us an invitation to a gala, huh?
Yes. Will the dashing Mr. De La Cruz be
Yes,
joining us?
is the Count looking to provide escort for?
I mean, I am an eligible noble woman. She'll have her hand out. Be charmed to.
I'll take Corinne's hand and I'll kiss it and I'll say, well then, in that case, Lady Haley, I would be honored to have you as my +1. If we get an invitation, that is.
Oh, we'll get an invitation. You can work your excuse me, your De La Cruz magic.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Josie, you have to see me like that.
Just very confused as to what's going on and certain things that I'm feeling.
Just going to gently pat her again. Well, I think we should talk later.
Okay.
We'll talk before the gala.
Okay.
Josephine, you're gonna break it. You're gonna break it if you
Oh.
lose.
But we could go to a party and that will be fun. We'll find Master Ignatius and that will be good.
So she doesn't know Ignatius Steele, but he's a patron here. What do you know?
I don't know. Sister Maria just told me about it, and then you guys showed up.
Oh, maybe. Do we have the ring?
Yes.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
Maybe.
supposed to find the key hole for the key, and the ring
Maybe.
is also a key. It's a key ring.
Maybe Count De La Cruz knows our other wealthy patron. We should go.
I've still had the ring this whole time, so I'm just gonna be like, this might come in handy.
I'll take the ring.
Mm-hmm. You know, perhaps I want to be a patron of the orphanage too. That's how I'm getting into this gala.
I mean, we do have enough wealth on the ship to bribe our way in.
I am a respectable business owner, technically. Technically.
And I am a Spanish count.
I'm Josephine.
Yes.
Has Josephine taught you much Spanish?
I thought they just focused on English last night.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, I've always had a gift for tongues. I learned Spanish on my own before I met Josephine. But she did give me a couple of pointers here and there.
I'm pretty sure you did too. Give her pointers, that is.
Mm.
The ship is not soundproof. Captain, we need to soundproof my quarters.
I don't have that power.
I don't think any amount of sound of anything on this on Earth or in heavens will be able to soundproof it, unfortunately.
I'll look into it as a ship investment.
Please. The guild would always be happy to make sure that our clients are well seen to aboard the ship.
That is true. That is true. We could use some points with the guild right now. I mean, they gave us part of the map, but...
Question. You said this is like new construction.
Hmm?
Are there any like bricks lying around?
Oh no.
Roll me a d6.
Uh-oh.
No, there are no bricks lying around.
Okay. Just had to ask.
Worth asking.
Just gonna get a pocket brick for later, just in case.
We can make that a donation tier. Donation tier of getting.
Pocket
Yes, give
bricks.
Josie
attack
Josie a
this comment.
brick.
There is a donation for pocket brick. There's now a donation tier for pocket bricks. It is. We'll figure that out. But you hear footsteps coming back just before you see Sister Letizia come back in, and she's got a heavy, like sealed parchment envelope thing package. You know, those big, heavy, like number of writings kind of thing. It's like this big. It's got a big wax seal in the middle of it. I apologize for this question. It seems quite forward, but Mother, Reverend Mother insisted that it was the appropriate thing. Do you have a ring to match this seal? And then you have a Josephine we are looking for.
Yes, I was just showing it to our friend the Count here. The Count, may I have my ring back, please?
Oh, yes, absolutely. A fine piece of jewelry.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give it to Josephine.
And but yes, I apologize. No, I do not know an Ignatius Steel. But I do know a that is about it. I live in a convent and I teach children.
Thank you very much. I'll just have to keep looking for Master Ignatius elsewhere then.
I believe they're talking about Don Ignatius.
Don Ignatius de Herrera de Sevilla.
If that is...
Does that ring a bell for Josie?
Josie, you've heard him called Don Ignatius.
Okay.
Um,
I'll be like, oh yes, Master Ignatius is a Don.
Ah,
you wouldn't necessarily have heard his whole title.
Yeah.
It wasn't in requirements for you.
Yep.
Well, he, if you are looking for Don Herrera, he is, he is hosting a gala in sponsorship of the orphanage. He is looking to build an entire second building for us and would be expanding much larger. We could do so much things with these things, increasing the scholarship of our students and purchasing more books, actually building us a library, which would be perfect. I would love to have a full library again. I have not had one of those since we were in France.
Tell me more
is it
about this gala.
Attend this gala? Yes, I am missing
I'm just gonna pat
Ignatius
Josephine.
very much. And he's looking for me, I think. According to his letter.
I'm gonna just try to shush her. Just be like, shh.
I do not know per se. I know that it is happening. I am not in charge of the organization of such a thing.
Do
have-
you know
yeah.
where it is happening?
At his villa. You can see, if you actually come stand here, and she'll like pull you out into the courtyard, and you have the wall that's just kind of that, a new wall is going to be. You see the foundations for it where they're putting the new addition on, and she kind of points up the hill to this very large Spanish colonial style villa on the hill. And you can see 2 flags flying. One, a very large flag for the Spanish crown, and the other, a very stylized personal seal. A personal flag, obviously. And in one corner of the shield coat of arms, you see this small red cross. But you also see two lances crossed across the shield. You see, other. I would have to look up more because I have the image, but I can't find it right now. It's upsetting me.
Do I recognize it? Is that like a bing? That's it.
You may have seen that in Ignatius's house once or twice.
Okay. She's like, light up in recognition.
Perhaps you should. I do not know. Perhaps he might know more about this.
Thank you very much. It has been
Thank you
very
kindly,
helpful.
sister.
I'm quite looking forward to it.
And when is the gala?
Tonight, tomorrow night. I'm not going. I have too much other things to do. And she kind of, but I'm sure if you ask, it's the villa, they'll be more than happy to tell you everything that you would wish to know. I'm quite sure that a captain of yours standing, Captain Turner.
Yes.
Turner. And you kind of see this look go across her face, like that rings a bell, but she can't place it at the moment. It'll come to me.
Well, thank you kindly, sister, for your time. We will return you to your tour. Count de la Cruz, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Lovely meeting you too, Captain Turner.
Ladies, shall we?
Yes. Well, it was a delight, but we must.
We're gonna, as we're walking away, I'm gonna link arm with Josie and just be like, yeah, I wouldn't worry about her.
Keep Josie like arm's length away from her. It's like just.
And she gave me like a bundle of papers. You said.
Yeah, like that. Not just a sealed card or letter, but like an actual packet kind of thing that was sealed with a heavy seal. And you would see that the seal matches would, the seal of the ring would fit in the seal.
Okay. We'll walk away.
And so the 3 of you walking away. Nathaniel, what are you doing as Sister Letizia turns back towards you?
As we go on our tour, I would like, because it's part of my out-game master plan, in-game we'll see how things develop. But I would like to take this opportunity to woo her.
Well, then, I believe that is a move in your playbook, sir.
It is a move in my playbook. I would roll plus Polish.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens.
Now that Josie's out of range.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh my. Ooh.
Well,
Doesn't
that's 1
work.
XP for
We
me.
threw the town off his game.
Oh
No.
my god! Oh wow!
I have
I thought you
fallen.
had I thought you had advantage to burn. I thought you were gonna use it, but
Rattle.
No, I was
buddy.
confident in my abilities. Apparently, I suck.
You rolled 2 nat 1s, is what you did.
This is. Oh, you
Ooh,
made God
Josie.
mad. You made God mad.
On
Ugh.
a miss,
On a miss,
they're now
they're
a
either-
rival. They find you boring.
or they
and
find you
forget-
boring, or they're either a rival or they find you boring and forgettable. Your choice. I don't
And-
think she's. I don't think she would find you that she would be a rival.
But you know what? Just because it might still work in my grand plan, I make my advances a bit too honest. And I will blurt out that Esteban de la Cruz is actually maybe not a count, but a pirate.
Ooh, ooh. So, here's what's going to happen in addition to this, because it helps with what you're saying. You make your advances as she's doing this, and you've done this before. She kind of is playing along, playing the game. And you're not the creeper. Let's make a point there, because we're not having you be the absolute creeper. You're just
Oh no.
flirtatious
This is
and-
all, and this is all like a challenge for him. Like it's
yeah.
just
He's
he wants to take a nun and remove
Yeah.
her from the convent. He wants to see
Yeah.
if he can charm a nun out of her habit.
but you're not being the creepy, there's that you're not being the creepy donor who seems to think that you should get something beneficial because you're donating.
No. He's
Exactly.
actually donating because he is feeling guilty of how they get the money.
Yeah, but I'm making sure the audience knows. And so as you attempt to make this move, and she's kind of, whatever, fine, it's great. She goes, here's the other thing that happens. You make a comment about, you somehow let slip that you recognize, you had seen, something along the lines of the gold that was given, the statue, one of the statues you had given previously had seemed so perfect on a merchant's ship that you just had to appropriate it for her.
Mm-hmm.
Giving without saying that you're a pirate, but giving the impression of that you're a pirate or something like that. To which she responds, that, and kind of turns and looks at you. So you're in the same business as my brother. Honestly, you could do so much better. I had such high hopes for you. You should pray. I shall pray for your soul. And I think you're going to have to take a weakness in this particular instance. Probably. Ooh, wait, hold on. I want to double check one thing. Moping.
Yeah, I figured moping was gonna be.
Moping because swooning doesn't quite work.
Well, no. I wouldn't be swooning for someone who just
Yeah.
turned me away.
Yeah, it makes sense. It would make sense for other people, for other things that you might do, but in this case, it's moping. And so she kind of like, if she wasn't wearing a wimple, she'd be flipping her hair at you as she walks away. But you can't really, the way wimples are pinned in place, you can't flip anything. It just doesn't move. And she kind of goes, I shall play for your soul the same way I do for my brother. God be with you. And kind of closes the door with force.
Wait.
And kind of...
What?
You just hear the door close, and that's it.
Time to go with the rest of the crew, then. Time to retire Esteban de la Cruz.
Really time to retire Esteban de la Cruz, as you have a gala coming up?
What's the point?
Moping. The three ladies are kind of made their way down towards one of the plazas. Where are you heading?
Still
Or are you
keeping my
waiting?
eye out for pocket bricks.
Keeping your eye out for pockets bricks.
It's all right, Josie. I'm pretty sure he's not teaching her how ABCs.
No, she probably knows how to read. She said something about a library.
Josie, she's a nun. She can't offer anything to him except for a tease, and that's not fun. It grows old.
Why?
Because sometimes people make decisions to have fun and not necessarily thinking about the consequences of those actions.
Oh, like that one time we set that one ship on fire before we had finished pillaging it.
Kind of, yeah. And we lost a lot of good food that we could have taken. But I know you think you want to strike her, but it won't make you feel better.
No, because it seems like it would.
Well, that's what your heart seems to think, but I can assure you that taking an action against somebody that perhaps you view as a rival
Is
can
that
have...
what that is this how you feel about Captain Baguette?
No, not quite.
Oh,
Not
you said
quite.
he's your
It is.
rival.
Oh, is it?
Mm,
Not
yes,
quite, yeah.
yes, but
Never
Jacques-
had a rival before. I've never wanted to punch anyone in the face before.
You're so good at it.
No,
I am.
Josie. Josie. I was more referring to a romantic rival, as it were.
Oh. It's
Which-
the most versatile letter. But
Yes.
yes, I
It
suppose
is.
that makes sense.
Oh, but what if he brings her to the gala? Oh,
He's not gonna. She's not
He
going
said
to.
he
the-
was going to bring you to the gala, so that's fine.
Josie, I'm just gonna look at Corinne. Corinne, do you have any interest in any of the activities with Nathaniel besides going in disguise as a date to this dance?
absolutely not. My heart remains taken.
See,
Isn't that right?
she's like,
I stand on the other side of Captain.
it's like Josie,
Right.
it's sometimes when we feel like you did, like punching
Mhm.
the nun,
Yes.
sometimes the better thing to do is to channel your energies elsewhere. And
Like what?
well,
Punching a different nun?
no, I mean
Okay.
maybe aggressively opening this package so we can see what
Oh yes.
Master Ignatius left you.
I do want to know what he left me, but I don't want to hurt the package too bad. So she kind of just gently opens it. But she opens it quickly.
So are you doing this in the middle of the street?
Maybe like there's like a little bench or a little like side.
Yes,
steps,
something.
place
Some
we can-
if there's like somewhere we could like step to that would be
There's like,
Like-
a little there's a little alleyway that leads to a side plaza with a small fountain. It's a little
Yeah,
bit the
that
center
sounds
of the day.
Delightful.
So there's some like trees, but no one seems to be out at the moment. You know, there are a couple people walking
Perfect.
by, but you know. But
Yeah.
as you go to turn into the little corner alleyway, Nathaniel, you are following behind them. You're a little bit behind them. And you see them, you know, further down the road turn into this alleyway. So you've watched them, you know where they're going. They're a ways in front of you. And you see a figure striding purposely up the street. A figure you recognize. A figure you know.
Not Isaac.
But he's not Isaac, but he's not dressed in as you would normally see him. He seems to be wearing a very formally tailored and very sharply cut military uniform with very embellished detailing. He seems to have cleaned up quite a bit. And you notice Captain Jacques Cousteau striding purposely up the street, walking by you.
Your arrival is here. How nice.
And that's where we're going to take the break for the afternoon.
The baguettes!
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for your donations so far. Like we said at the beginning, when we come back from break, we will be giving away our first Roll20 package. So there's still time to donate, even a donation of $1. Every dollar counts. Every dollar is greatly appreciated. And it... thank you, Paul. It also helps a great cause. We are raising money for the Bail Fawn Project. And yeah, so if you would like to donate, enter the giveaway. It'll be, we'll start with Descent into Avernus. So when we come back, I'll get the list of everyone who donated, and we will draw a random person from that. On that note, we'll see you in about 5 to 10 minutes. Go out, stretch, have a drink, have some rum, have some more, probably coffee in my case. And we will see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, we're back. Back from break. I hope everyone got some water, got some grog, got something to eat. We are still playing and sailing the seas to raise funds for the Bail Fund project. So that said, we are going to give away. I rolled during break. Going to give away something to one of our anonymous donor. I will not list out your email or anything live, but I will be reaching out by email after the stream so that we can get your coordinates and everything, Roll20 account and all that, so that Roll20 can give you Descent into Avernus, the D&D 5th edition module. One of the, I think it's the latest that they've made too. The last adventure they made.
Yep. And I wrote an adventure module for Tier 3 for the Adventurers League tied to Descent into Avernus. You can find on DM's Guild.
That is true.
There are a bunch of them. They're a lot of fun. I recommend them. By the way, I have set the donation tier for Pocket Brick. Which
Oh
is
yeah,
now
I saw it.
$25.
So if we get $25 before the end of the stream, apparently Josie gets a bunch of pocket bricks.
Or you could make a single $25 donation and Josie can just find Pocket Brick whenever she wants it.
I would recommend somebody do this.
Yes.
If
Yes, you must.
if not just because the cause is worth giving your money to, it is absolutely an important cause. But it would be hilarious to have Josie have the access to pocket bricks anytime.
It would make Nathaniel and Isaac's life complicated.
Be fine. Never know when you might need a good pocket brick.
So we left off with the ladies turning into this courtyard to open a package. And then with Nathaniel, dressed as Count Esteban de la Cruz, walking down the street and noticing a very well-dressed, much more, well, let me phrase that, a much more dressed Captain Jacques Cousteau, who's usually, has a thing about leaving his shirt undone. He doesn't leave his shirt, it's just never done. You've never seen him with the shirt ever actually done. His hair is tied back. He's wearing a military jacket. He looks respectable.
He looks respectable this time.
As you see him walking, striding with purpose and feelings for up the street.
He would have seen me before, right?
He may have, but I don't know that he would have recognized you.
As he passes by me, I'm just gonna go. Smells like old French cheese.
He's going to stop and turn. Now, here's a very important question. Are you sounding Spanish or are you sounding English?
Oh, English.
He's going to look you, like, kind of turn and look at you dead in the eye. Oh, look. It smells like a English tale has washed up on the streets of Havana. What could be going on now?
Oh. Please, I thought the French were good at art, and insult is an art, my good sir. You apparently suck at it.
Well, from... At least that's the only thing I suck.
If you keep yourself to only one type of people, you miss out on half the fun. More than
Mhm.
half. But then again, I figure in your case, your mother taught you all the fun you could have.
He kind of has that moment of looks, and he goes to reach for his sword.
Good. Is the captain nearby?
Captain is turned away into this little courtyard alley. Does not. It has no idea what's going on.
Nice. I will look at Captain Cousteau. Oh, itching for a fight, are you?
Such words deserve satisfaction, and I would be happy to give them that satisfaction to you.
Please, you would never be able to satisfy me.
Mm. He just like reaches down and like starts pulling his glove off of his hand. He's being very formal.
I see. You're not a fan of the stranger. That's when you put your hand in a glove because it feels like someone... No? Okay.
He doesn't react. He just finishes pulling his glove off and goes to slap you across the face with it. And then, throws down the challenge. It is 1688. Their duels are still a thing.
By God, now I'm gonna have crabs all over my mustache.
I wonder where he might have gotten them.
Are we aware of any of this noise?
Well,
going on?
I'm trying to make enough noise to try to get your attention.
Oh, Captain.
Ooh.
Do you smell that?
Oh, look at oh.
I have a very poor sense of smell.
I'm gonna turn around.
I think after you get slapped across the face with a leather glove, and your response to that would have been loud enough for the three of you who had walked into this courtyard off the main street to hear. It is
Oh, my
quiet. It's in the afternoon. Most normal, respectable folk have gone to siesta. And what do the three of you do?
I have just opened the package. When we hear this.
Well,
I'm going towards this. What's happening with this duel? This is interesting.
Did
Yeah.
that sound like Nathaniel to you?
Oh, it's on. Yes.
yes. It also sounded like a certain smelly Frenchman.
Fold the package back over.
Don't worry,
Put it under
Josie.
my arm.
Oh my! What's
Probably
happening?
in Spanish and we can't read it anyways. Let's get Nathaniel.
Huh. I see. So they just let any riffraff into Havana nowadays, do they?
To come up on the scene of Nathaniel and the Captain Jacques Cousteau, who looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he is so ungodly hot and just such a terrible person.
Yeah. And his reaction to seeing you is like, obviously, if they let you in through the door. But I have business with this one first before I can deal with your shamefulness.
Oh,
I don't think you have any business with any of my crew. Ever.
is it business?
This time
Oh,
it's
Jacques,
going...
I didn't think you had that kind of money. And Nathaniel, I didn't think you'd lowered your standards that much.
Oh, don't worry. This time, the swords we're about to cross are made of steel.
Well, I guess carry on then. I wouldn't mind a little entertainment.
I'll draw my rapier.
In the middle of the street.
Yeah, we're gonna have a duel right
This
here,
is-
right now.
And I look at Captain Baguette and I go, if you hurt him, I will have to use this against you. And I pull out my pocket brick.
I'm just gonna look at Josie and be like, where were you?
What the hell?
She now officially has pocket brick.
I do.
I'm so happy about that.
I will have to stat pocket brick, but yes, you have pocket brick.
Yes.
What is the point of a duel? All of you.
I don't know much about duels. I only have killed a lot of people.
Come on,
He
Captain.
doesn't seem to react to that, but he turns and draws sword towards Nathaniel.
Alright.
I'm just gonna look at the girls and just be like, huh, look at his posture. What a such poor posture. Who taught you the sword again? Oh yeah. Do a great disservice to your teacher.
I... So I'm invoking my move that I bought last time, which is Duel.
Ooh.
That's the whole reason why I insulted him. I just wanted to try it.
Yes.
I'm all for this.
Yes.
So
But
this is an event.
it's an advanced move. I want to know, before everything begins, because also since I'm moping, like, it says, like, when parleying, make your demands unreasonable, but I figure I would also, like, not to get rid of moping or anything, but, like, I think Nathaniel needs to have some sort of blood rush at the moment
Yeah,
to get
I mean, moping is you can overcome your moping, but it can come back, kind of thing. So in this instance, the duel is not going to be affected by your moping so much as your incitation for
Yeah.
You're feeling upset because you got turned down so hard, and this is a symptom of your moping. We've all seen the brooding level of moping, and now this is I want violence level of moping.
Picked a great target. I approve.
Excellent choice.
And, so who's watching? All three of
Oh,
you?
all three of us.
Ooh, then I will spend the bond that I have with Josie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the thing. You can... How much? Because you have bond equal to the number of... You have
Ranks.
a total number of bond
Yeah.
equal to the total number of ranks. And they renew... Bond renews each session.
Yeah, so
So
I
how
will
much-
spend them, all two of them,
Hmm?
to get forceful and pretty.
Ooh.
So that the
Ooh.
rapier stokes my ego,
Mhm.
and forceful means that I can compel him to step back a few meters.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Before this epic duel in the streets of Havana begins,
Yeah, a little side courtyard.
yeah, do I know, since, I'm a sex worker, I know when people are attracted to someone else. Would I
Yes.
know that Captain Renata has the hots for Captain Baguette?
You would... I mean...
I mean,
How often?
I'll
does
lay this
Captain-
on the table. He's a very good-looking dude, but meh. It's more the question: what's the baguette feel?
So there's still
you
a little
know what-
something there, right?
You're not 100% sure. You do know that there's an attraction, but you don't know how. It's that level of she's attracted, but she doesn't. It's angry attraction. So you definitely would have seen that. If you want to know what the baguette feels, wow, this is now officially his title, apparently. Um,
I'm fine with it. This is great. The euphemism is
No,
Uh,
but
if you want to know what he feels, you can roll me size up.
I don't need to do that. Go on, Captain. Oh, sorry. Go on, Captain.
Oh.
Here's my goal during this duel.
Mhm.
I don't want to hurt him. I want to ruin some of his clothing. Just for fun. But in such a way to expose as much of him as possible. Because I'll add another move to that. I will try to impress my captain.
With a flourish?
As a bond.
Ooh. Yes.
Ooh, I'm all right. Let's see how this goes.
Pulling out all the moves.
This is a terrible week to be out of popcorn, y'all.
So
Right.
I add 1 rank with them. It's just-
Here's the thing. When you impress them, but you have to you have to roll for the duel first.
Yeah. I will roll for the duel with advantage. Thank you very
Got the
much.
ones out of the way. Come on.
So roll 3d6, take the 2 highest.
Oh boy.
I'll take the 8.
Yep. That's good. You hit, which is good. So
He's
this
rolling
is-
2 1s.
I know, that's so
I know, like today my
Oh.
luck just sucks.
Yeah.
So here's the
That's-
other thing. This is a strike. So on a 7 to 9, you stumble, you trade blows, or you put yourself in a bad position. Do you trade blows or you put yourself in a bad position?
We'll trade blows.
Okay. So you would end up taking 2 harm from his sword
Uh-huh.
as you end up doing. It's still pretty. It looks very flourishy. But he ends up getting, you've crossed swords and you bring the parry up just around to slice through, and it looks very fantastical. And you kind of have this moment of when you kind of side eye Josephine to make it, make sure that she's watching.
Oh, with
kind
a
of throw her
wink.
Yeah. To make it look like, and that's just the slight moment he flicks just enough on the to disengage and circle around your blade, and not make a big flourish circle, make a tiny circle and kind of slice you on your arm of your wrist. So you're going to take those 2 harm, same level of harm you give to him. Then he's going to come back on the other side. Now the question is, do you continue this duel?
Well, we've both been hit once, right?
Yes.
How much of his clothes have I ruined?
I mean, you've cut open his jacket.
All right, so it's exposing his chest right now.
Yeah, it's about the same level of what he usually walks around on a ship with,
Okay.
i.e., what he looks like in the picture on your dock.
Oh, we're there. All right.
Yeah, you basically, it was one of those you cut the buttons off the center of the coat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Have any of you ever watched The Mask of Zorro with Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is.
So he nicked me
Oh,
on the
have
wrist,
I?
basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was trying to go for a disarm.
Yeah,
walk
but he got me on the wrist.
circle around. Yeah.
I will look at him again, bring myself back into a defensive posture.
On Galt.
En garde, yeah. Salute very
Prepare
quickly.
the pocket brick.
Oh,
And
formal
say-
even.
Well, we're not done. We're just beginning. Let's dance, Captain. And I will try to go for a flourish this time. I want to cut open his belt so that he loses his pants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're going for a baguette reveal.
I will say, Captain, were you impressed with Nathaniel's cutting open of Captain Cousteau's jacket?
I have seen that before. I will say that it's good to see Nathaniel's sword work. So I'm proud of that.
But
So
not
we'll say
impressed
you-
yet.
But not impressed.
I would not be impressed yet, no.
But you still have the bonuses to your weapon from the bond you spent with Josie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the bond, like, I spent the bonds purely for, like, aesthetic
Yeah.
purposes.
Yeah. What I'm
I
saying
took
is
the
it goes
flashy
through the whole
tack.
scene.
So, a flourish
You still have
is...
to roll for the strike.
Yeah, but I rolled a strike with disadvantage.
With a 4.
Yep.
Oh boy! Oh
5.
no! Oh, no.
Disadvantage. 3 plus 2.
A 5. Yep.
A
Yeah.
5.
Whew.
Oh no!
On a miss, you do not hit, and he strikes you, so you're going to take 2 more harm. As you go around to make this flourishy attack, and he comes through, and he's not flourishing. He's angry and focused. And now you realize he was going for the disarm, but you insulted him, so now he's going for the full-on kill the guy in front of me. So he's going for the he goes to stab you in your torso. You shift just enough, and now you have a giant. He impales you through the shoulder and kind of pulls out. It's that.
Captain, if
How are we
all-
looking, Nathaniel?
Oh, I'm still good. Like, stat-wise, I'm still good. The swashbuckler has a lot of harm. A lot of health. Ah. My. Captain Cousteau. Such a forceful blow. To think that you could put that to good use. Instead of fighting ruffians on the street of Havana.
There's one. I hope for one less ruffian. I hope for one less ruffian in the near future. I'll gouge you, the child.
Get to Nathaniel!
Captain,
I'm giving
I
you
was...
my verbal support.
Are you going in for another strike?
Captain Cousteau, I thought we were just dueling for fun, but you've tried to wound me. Should I wound you back?
I was trying to kill you. If you missed that impersonation, then I can't verify your intelligence.
Kill me. With that prick of yours, you couldn't kill a mosquito. Please.
Which one of us is captain again?
Which one of us is about to get their ass ended to them?
Spin. I'm gonna use one of my advanced moves. I'm gonna use my Heart of Gold, and whenever I support or protect, I'm cheering Nathaniel on, giving him my support. I'm gonna spend a bond with him and add 2 to his next roll.
Nice.
Ooh.
So cute.
+2 to my next roll. This time I'm not
I
flourishing.
can add or subtract 2 from the roll, but I'm gonna add 2 to your roll.
That's the thing. That's the other thing about any of you can spend bond at any time to help someone or injure them, who you have rank with. As he goes to re-engage the blade.
Yeah, this time I'm not going for a flourish. I'm not going to go for a kill either,
Murder him, Nathaniel!
because I mean that wouldn't be fair.
Yeah,
But, like,
please don't kill my
Draw
rival.
blood!
No, I was going to have fun because I needed something to have fun with,
Josie doesn't know.
but he hurt
how
my ego.
duels end except for murder.
It's been a bad.
I'm probably like patting Josie, like watching this whole thing. Like I want to know where this is going.
Like the Corinne just looks like Captain. Does he have this in control? Doesn't seem like it.
Oh, don't worry. If he doesn't, I have a
Frickin'
backup.
12.
Oh!
Ooh.
About
Welcome.
time.
There we go. Had to get rid of
I
all those
needed
ones.
Josie's heart of gold.
Needed Josie's heart of gold. So on a 12, which is a 10 plus, the fates give you a special opportunity, but you'll invite risk. So here's the question. Your intention when you started this was to insult him,
Yes.
but you started this fight in the streets of Havana.
Yeah.
Dueling,
Oh no.
While common is illegal.
while common, is questionably legal. It's 1688. You're not into the 1700s.
Yeah.
Isn't 100% illegal. But there are no seconds. There's no doctor present. There's none of the things that would usually be associated with respectable dueling.
Oh, yeah. This is a brawl.
This is a brawl.
It's a very pretty problem.
So you can do whatever. I'm going to give you full cinematic license for what happens next. But it's going to be loud.
Okay. I'm going less flourishy, but Nathaniel spies that on Captain Cousteau's belt is a pistol angled diagonally. And as we fight, he realizes that the pistol is loaded.
No, it wouldn't.
It could. The bullet's not gonna fall off.
Yeah, if it's pointed downward, it would.
Crap.
Remember,
Flintlock pistols. You gotta.
flintlock bullet.
Yeah.
Bullet.
I thought that it was compact enough that it wouldn't move.
No,
Not
that's
really.
that's why there's always the point. In there's a series of movies based on a series of books called Sharp. Go watch them because they're the only series where it's what keeps Sean Bean's statistics from not being horrible. He lives through the entire series. Spoiler alert.
What? No.
It's great.
I don't know if I can watch that. I feel
It's very good.
It's a
uncomfortable where
very
Sean
young
Bean
Sean
survived.
Bean,
It's
too.
no.
Well, no,
it's good.
the series he's been filming them for 20 years now. It's great. But there's a whole bit in like the third movie or second or third movie where he's teaching troops how to fire. And the point is, bite the cartridge, pour the powder, spit the bullet, pack it down, and then keep it upright because you don't want the bloody bullet to fall out.
Yeah. Okay, then
Also, because
I wanted to
Yeah.
to have something that makes sound, but
I mean, you can still have the gun, but it's not going to be pointed down.
yeah, but where he would keep it like on his person somewhere, but it would be
Yeah.
like a brace of pistol. It doesn't work that quite as well.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds to think about it.
Okay. I will give you 2 seconds.
Skizzies.
I'll give you 2 seconds to think about it while we pan around the camera around the rest of the crew to see what's going on as we see this flourishing fight and Nathaniel's bleeding through his very fine, outfit that makes him look like a count. Captain, what are you thinking? What's going across the captain's face in this moment as we pan the camera around?
The captain's keeping a calm face, but she's absolutely like an arm across Josie, like, don't get involved. Just let the boys have their match. But she's watching all of this, mostly because she knows where Jacques learned to fight, because they learned to fight from the same teacher. And also, she's the better swordsman between the two of them. And it's fun to see Nathaniel out there, but she's also like working through a couple logistics of a backup plan if needed. Nathaniel won't lose this fight one way or another.
That's
Okay.
right.
So
Not Josie.
then we pan the camera around. We catch sight of Josie as the captain's kind of mom arming her.
Distraught. Blood has been drawn, and it's from Nathaniel, and she doesn't like that. Not like super distraught, but just like concerned. She's concerned, cheering him on so that he can murder the other person, and then someone can give him a band-aid. She doesn't know what to do with bleeding people, except make them bleed more. So she thinks that would be a job for somebody else to stop his bleeding. Maybe she could learn. She wants him to stop bleeding.
She wants him to stop bleeding.
Yes.
We continue around. We see Corinne. Corinne, what are you thinking in this moment as there's flourishing sword fight going on in front of you and blood?
Corinne's holding a handkerchief and she's just staring at Captain Christos. Just get him once. Just get him once. Like if there's I think there's a lot of attention. Most attention is on the duel, but she is just intensely looking at him.
Interesting. And we pan back to Nathaniel.
Sling, 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 sling.
Handsome.
I think I know what I want the fates to give me.
Okay.
And it's not going to be something fancy. I want, as we fight, to goad him into telling me why he's in Havana. What's his business here?
Ooh.
And thank you so much for the donation.
Well, as you're exchanging blows and you're insulting him and he's getting more and more angry, his strikes are getting sloppier, and it's very obvious that his emotions are overwhelming his training. And he is well trained in the sword, but he's not so well trained in controlling his emotions when he has a sword in his hand. And he ends up, he's like, I'm here to see my sister, you son of a bitch.
Sling, 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 sling. Letitia Maria?
He just kind of makes eye contact with you, yes, in that kind of glaring way.
Sling, 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 sling. Sling, sling, sling. Tell her Count Esteban says hello.
And he makes a very obviously sloppy move at that. He is angered beyond movement. And you manage to cut open the belt holding his pants together. And now he cannot continue the fight because he has no pants. Well, his pants are around his knees, and that's really hard to fence like that. And he kind of stumbles forward and falls on the ground. Face first into the ground.
Do we hear the exchange of why Jacques is in town?
You probably would have heard the part about seeing his sister.
Oh, 2 and 2 are starting to come together in the captain's head in a bad way, going like, oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no, she would know she would know too much about me. But she obviously didn't recognize me, so I got that going for me. There's just like the mental calculus is going through. But there's also going to be this comedic moment of he fell on his. Did he land ass first or dick first?
Face first. He landed dick first in the middle of the
butt up in the air.
I think the captain is gonna pause for a second and look at Nathaniel and be like, "You feel good about this one?"
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna slap Jacques' ass and then walk away. Try to usher Josie with me so we can go look at the letters.
Mm-hmm.
Did Nathaniel cut him a little bit, or is it just very clean?
I don't know. There are a couple of small cuts. It's like bleeding from 1,000 small cuts.
Yes. At that point, Corinne's gonna go up to him and just kind of like pant, like, "You've been beaten. You should go home. Know what's best for you. Sure, we'll see you again."
Corinne, you coming?
Yes.
We have business to attend to. Nathaniel?
Seems like I just ruined my Count Esteban shirt.
I'll buy you another.
I have to get fancy outfits for the gala. Anyways, and Josie will scoot over to Nathaniel and take his hand and look at his wrist and goes, "You're bleeding. How do we make it stop?"
Normally bandages. Rest.
Jeez. Just takes, like, lifts the skirt a bit, rips a bit, ties it on.
Oh, Josie, you don't have to be indecent for me in plain view of everyone in Havana.
You're bleeding.
I am. I have bled before. And I will surely bleed again.
Well, I don't like it, so
Thank you. I've never had anyone care about how much I bled.
well, while you stop bleeding, would you like to look at this package that Master Ignatius left for me?
Oh,
We were going to read that when we heard a slap and some yelling.
well, you know I'm always ready and willing to look at your package. Anytime.
Okay. Captain's face. It's great.
I'm gonna suggest that maybe we don't just go to this courtyard. We should probably.
Oh,
shots
the guards
behind.
are probably coming.
We should head
Yeah.
back to the ship probably for now.
Yes.
You,
Corinne.
you definitely hear the sounds of heavy footfalls of booted,
Mm-hmm.
in unison feet moving.
I'm assuming Jacques
towards
is.
the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume Jacques is just still on the ground.
I mean, he is kind of, yeah. hmm
Yeah.
If I impress the captain,
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
thank you.
You've exposed our friendly baguettes. You can have that one. That is absolutely why the captain is willing to buy you a nice new shirt.
I have ranks over everyone now. Cool.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I have rank over all of you too. It's fine.
Corinne catches up to the captain and just holds up the handkerchiefs like, got what I wanted. And she'll like pocket it.
So you make your way back to the ship to open this package.
Mm-hmm. And if Nathaniel allows it, she'll just keep holding his hand as they walk.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have a thought, and I want to run it by the group out of character before I commit to this. Should we maybe take Jacques as prisoner instead of leaving him in the street to
What do
rat
you
on
want
us?
to do? Oh,
Maybe
Will
take
he
him with
rat
us?
on us? He's been thoroughly
will.
insulted.
He's also, I mean, he's a fellow pirate, but like it wouldn't necessarily be like it could get him out of trouble.
and we
I
did.
mean,
he
we've seen
did-
Isaac use that move before, giving information to get freedom.
He did get beaten and de-pantsed. I don't know if he's gonna want.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you know.
But also, we could get a second ship.
I mean, Captain knows Jock. Captain knows
Yeah.
what to deal with Jock.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna grab him and just kind of
Oh, are we
fireman
taking-
carry him. I'm
Oh,
taking him with us.
Captain, are we taking a souvenir with us?
We are. Do you mind making him go to sleep or something? Maybe covering his mouth.
Pull out the pocket brick.
Yes. Go ahead, Josie.
Captain says you need to go to sleep.
I just hope he isn't dead.
I
That would
like
defeat the purpose.
I like to see that from like Jacques. Like you just like what boom. He's like, oh. It's been a bad day.
Yeah, we can kind of weekend at Bernie's him back to the ship. Be like, our poor friend, he's so drunk.
Oh, he's
Oh
had
no, his
so
pants keep falling down.
Oh no! Why you gotta do this to yourself, bud?
Like we drag him. We didn't pull the pads up. We just like drag.
We're just taking him back to the ship with his full ass out for everyone to see.
Captain, if you need me to keep him in bonds, I know a thing or two about ropes.
I might actually.
I mean, you're pirates. You all know a shit ton
no,
about
I know.
ropes.
I was gonna say.
I'll do.
No.
Jo-
I know a
Josie
thing
say
or
this
two about ropes
innocently.
that aren't useful on a ship.
Which is what I think you meant.
I have
fun
sailed
fact
the
is-
East Asian Sea, the East India Sea.
Cool.
Well, we've got
East
ourselves a
Indies.
prisoner.
So you have yourself a prisoner. It is interesting. Let me roll something. I have to do something. Cool. You have yourself a
Uh-oh.
prisoner. You make your way back to the ship. Isaac is not back.
Oh, that's
I'm sure it's fine.
Steve.
He's with Steve.
Oh
Steve's
no,
with him.
Steve.
Steve is not here either.
This is when we
My
figure.
Boy.
This is when we figure out that Steve's a master
This is when
assassin and
Steve
Isaac's
was like,
not
"This
coming
is
back.
the easiest sellout ever. Here you go. Have Isaac."
Look, I'll sell
Making-
Isaac out to keep Steve.
Oh my god.
No, I wouldn't actually do that.
Ooh, I can't wait for Quentin to live tweet this one.
We'll just clip that and just put it in.
His face, fight me, Quentin.
And the weird thing is, everyone would say it. She would say it to his face. You make your way back to the ship. You have a prisoner that you lock up and secure in your brig.
I'm actually gonna tie him up and keep him in my quarters.
Okay.
He's a special prisoner. He's a captain.
He apparently
When-
so.
Special
when he wakes
prisoner.
up,
Special
Shut-
prisoner.
when he wakes up, he's gonna be given a good treatment and
Uh
everything.
huh. Oh, I'm
but
Good
sure
treatment.
he is. Mhm.
not.
A good treatment.
I'm not gonna do that.
Leaving that alone, you make your way back to the ship. Josephine, you open your package.
There's a lot of letters.
There are a lot of pieces of paper. A couple of them are very formal documents. They're not letters, they're documents.
I hand them to Nathaniel to read out loud. What do they
Nathaniel, a couple of them are one is like an adoption paper. Sort
Adopting
of.
who?
It's declaring Josephine an official daughter of Don Ignatius de Herrera de Sevilla, and Lady Donna Josefina de Herrera de Sevilla. Kind of. There are a couple other like formal documents that seem to give both, property, ownership, the name of a ship, owner, in a small one, like a small little, schooner. A bill of sale for a number of guns that are being held for Donna Josefina de Herrera de Sevilla at one of the warehouses in Havana.
Hmm.
And then there are a list of names.
Is there Elijah with a J on there?
No, there is not an Elijah
Okay.
with a J on there.
Makes me feel a little better.
Josie, it seems that congratulations are in order.
Oh,
Oh. Yes.
You've been adopted by Don Ignatius de la Sevilla,
like an orphan?
like an orphan.
Wow.
He is now both your daddy and your father.
God damn it.
Nathaniel.
I figured he and Josie must have had some sort of past.
Josie, did you?
Oh, like romantically?
Yes.
No.
You kept calling him Master.
Yes. Master Ignatius.
Hmm.
That's what he told me to call him.
Yeah, normally when men ask... Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you can continue this education later. Something tells me.
Yes, he said he would tell me to do things and then I would do them, and he told me to call him Master Ignatius.
What property?
But nothing like the things Nathaniel and I have done. That's the first time I've ever done any of those things.
Oh,
Color.
my sweet. Oh, my sweet.
Hmm.
We should probably.
Also,
a few
you.
thoughts occur.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Nathaniel. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say we've been. Well, Josie, you've been gifted a lot of cannons and weapons. They're waiting for
less
you in a
cannon-
warehouse.
Not cannons.
Guns.
Oh, guns.
Guns.
Sorry.
Still.
Sorry,
Guns.
I should be more specific. Rifles, muskets, pistols, not cannons.
That is interesting.
You know.
Usually I just use this. I pull out my rapier. Or these.
But a shipment of weapons would be useful, especially if
Yes.
you're going to have more than one vessel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Also,
a whole boat.
I think you were also gifted a schooner.
How?
Do you want your own ship?
I've never had my own ship before. I don't know. I've had clothes and weapons and this ring and things that you all have given me. But this is a lot. It's very odd.
Well, perhaps we should go talk to your father.
Yes, I suppose I should call him that now, according to these papers.
Well, that's up to you, I suppose.
And also, there's a list of names, which I
Oh?
assume Ignatius wants you to get rid of.
Well, read some of them out to me and I'll see if I've already gotten rid of some of them.
Okay. A. J. Jameson. B. No, I don't know. What are the names?
They are a number. They're very English names,
Oh, John Smith.
but less John Smith and more Governor Bishop.
Oh, look at that. Moving on up in the world.
No, I haven't
Captain-
killed any of these people yet.
Excuse me, Lieutenant Roland Fitzgeoffrey.
Oh, Lieutenant Roll.
Captain Hawkins.
Do we know of a Captain Hawkins?
Some of these names, they're very obviously, a couple of them you know because they're well-to-do in Havana. Port Royal, not Havana, Port Royal. And a number of the others look like they're people who are well-to-do in the British Navy. I don't know exactly how many of them. Most of them you may have heard of, but you may not know them by sight.
Okay.
Well then, it seems you've been given an assignment from your father.
Oh, it's quite extensive list.
This is the first time he's given me just a note of assignments because I can't read. Soon. But yes, he did have me kill a lot of people, so I guess this probably is a list of people to kill.
Yes, well, I assume that at the gala you will have a chance to ask him what this list is.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still planning on going to this gala, aren't we?
Yes, we
Oh,
should
yes.
go up to the house and see if when it is and if we can get invitations.
Then we should go to the house.
Let me just change first.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Are you gonna continue to be Count Esteban de la Cruz?
If I must.
Oh, there's still some good mileage you can get out of that one.
It feels like a safe measure, perhaps. At least to secure us invitations to this gala. You can do what you want with the counts another time.
All right then.
So you make your way up to the villa.
Wash my face first. Get
Yeah, I'll
That
try
is
to
what-
get someone to bandage my wounds.
It's easy enough. You have a butcher doctor. It's fine. I based on Captain Blood's, personal history as a surgeon, I would assume I'm going on the theory, my homebrew rules, that he would make sure each of his ships had not necessarily a surgeon of his caliber, but someone who
Mhm.
had basic medical training that he could, validate.
Yeah,
Because
like a med student looking for an internship.
Yeah.
it's like these are my people, my crew. I'm a doctor. I recognize why the importance of being a doctor, so I'm going to give them it as best that I can. You are bandaged up. You still have harm that doesn't go away until downtime. But you make your way back up the hill, through the streets, into the higher quarters, up to a beautiful villa with a courtyard wall. It's large, it's imposing, it feels like it belongs on this hill. It commands the view of the town below it. You see how the beautiful white stucco walls kind of are tinged, not quite white. They're that little level of cream that's just subtle enough that you notice that it's not quite white. The archways and woodwork are dark, not painted. Rich, teak kind of woods. It's probably not teak, but it's the color that I'm thinking of off the top of my head.
Mhm.
The tiled roofs that you can see. There's a man in livery and, with a little, guard kind of uniform standing in the doorway of there's a little gatehouse, and he has a little guard gatehouse. He's standing there and kind of stops you at the gate.
Hello.
We have just come from the Sisters of St. Joseph, and they informed us of a gala that such benefactors like ourselves would be interested in attending to support the work at the convent. We were wondering if the Dawn was in and could perhaps talk with us about what it would take to also help with the convent.
The guy kind of turns and side evaluates you, but doesn't seem to kind of. When he answers, he addresses Nathaniel.
Typical.
Basically, he is that level of sexist asshole. Don Ignatius de Herrera de Sevilla is not currently receiving visitors. If you wish to join or partake of the gala, leave your card and I will return it to the secretary, and he will see if you are the appropriate individual to attend such a gathering of such folk.
But why are you addressing to me? You piece
Oh no,
of
Nathaniel, this is
scum.
normal.
Like,
You
I think
stand
Corinne
in the
nudges.
presence of the daughter of Don Ignatius himself. Don't you recognize her? You would rather speak to me, her servant, than to address her ladyship herself? I am sorry, but I've been mistaken for a lot of things in my life. But this? In the employ of Don Ignatius, not even able to recognize his daughter? What is this? What kind of travesty is this?
So you're trying to hoodwink him.
Is it hoodwinking if we're telling him the truth?
We're telling him the truth. I want to.
We are
Because you are
we
not
are
If anything,
dressed.
I'm a little more on the hoodwink side than Nathaniel is. Nathaniel's making a very true plea.
True. But Nathaniel is not dressed as a servant.
No.
Nathaniel is dressed as Don Esteban de la Cruz. Count Don de Esteban
Oh
de la
no.
Cruz.
But yeah, I'll try to hoodwink him.
Can
Oh,
I-
I'll give you a bond from our. I'll give you absolutely
Plus
will
one.
spend bond on this. Because you only have the one rank over me, right?
Oh no!
Yeah.
I made a
No,
mistake.
it's how many you have. It's how many you have.
I think I only have one right now. Because I got
What was your mistake?
I made a mistake during the battle.
What?
All of my results. It doesn't change anything, but they should have been one lower.
Oh,
Okay.
So instead of a 4, should have been a 3. Instead of a 9, should have been an 8. Instead of an
It doesn't
11,
change
should have been
anything.
a
It doesn't
10.
change
Yeah,
anything.
we were still like in the same
the-
range.
it does.
Yeah.
But I forgot I am very well polished. But I don't have a whole lot of blood.
Well, except for the one time that you roll, the 11 would be the same because that was you rolled flourish, so you roll plus polish instead of spitfire plus blood.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So yeah, you're good.
It's-
Nice.
11.
He believes you, and he is mildly apologetic, but he's still that much of a dick asshole that he's, it's like he's not going to be overly effusive with his apologies. Donna Josefina, I did not recognize you. If you would please
It's been a while.
come in.
Kitty.
And he would open and escort you into the entrance lounge of the first floor of the Don's Hacienda. It's a very large open air passageway that's covered. You can look into the inner courtyard. There are posts and pillars that go around the entire courtyard that you can, there are trees and vines, a fountain is bubbling in the middle. There's a small water feature. We're going to call it a water feature
Okay.
because it's more, there
Yes.
might be fish inside, fancy.
Mm.
We being fancy, y'all.
So fancy.
He escorts you, through the atrium into the entrance hall, and he leaves you there. There are a couple benches, some chairs. Most of the other doors are closed. A moment or two later, a very harried-looking, obvious servant girl. She's Spanish. Her hair is pulled back. She wears a large ring of keys at her belt. Any of you have any history of nobility would understand that she's acting as the chatelaine for the household. She is half of that half level between servant and lady of the house. There is no lady of the house at the moment, so this housekeeper is basically doing all of that. And she looks at all of you and goes, "Yes, how may I assist you? I have so much to do. There's so much. I apologize. My apologies.
We were inquiring.
Feathers are wrong. The flowers are wrong. Everything is wrong. I have so much to fix.
We were inquiring
help
for invitations for the event.
Invitation. Did you not receive your invitation? So
We
many
just
people
got
did not
in.
receive their invitations. Oh my god. I apologize.
Don't worry too much about it.
So many people didn't receive
Oh,
their
no, no,
invitations, and then there was, some people were saying that they didn't get, their +1, and then that I had to
It's-
change the seating arrangements.
quite
What name am
alright.
I adding? What names am I adding? And she just pulls out runs over to like a small table and pulls out a piece of parchment. She's not asking any questions. She's just like, what names are you adding to the list? I apologize. I am so sorry. Hopefully everything will be ready by tomorrow night. Right?
Oh, it's all right.
If we were only in España, things would be. Count, and you didn't get your invitation. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. If only we were in España, I could understand, and I would have. That goes off on that litany of people. That level of like. If only we were at home. I can't trust anybody here. I'm dealing with.
If I can, I'll put a hand on her arm.
Mm-hmm.
And just look at her and say, "You, my dear, are all forgiven."
And she just kind of breathes that sigh because, she's not unattractive, but she's that level of like, this is not a woman who probably has been hit on by a guy like Nathaniel ever. And, she kind of breathes with it. Yes, of course, I apologize. Count Esteban de la Cruz, and how many guests?
4.
4. Any of note or name that I must arrange the seating? I have to do the whole seating anyways.
My dear Count, I believe you've forgotten one. There should be 5 of us.
No, 4 guests plus
4
him.
guests plus
Oh,
me.
4 guests plus him. Yes, just making sure.
I mean, unless you want Steve to be here.
I always want Steve to be everywhere.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But Steve is currently on a mission with Isaac, so...
I mean, Steve can be an 8 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't. If you wanted him to be an 8, he wouldn't count for the guest
Yeah,
list.
totally. Yeah.
No,
We'll just-
perfect.
no,
We're good.
we're good.
So he's fine.
I will put Steve in every situation I
Yeah,
can.
no, we'll have Steve. We'll have Steve.
Well, are we counting? So, just out of curiosity, are we counting ourselves, those of us playing right now, and Isaac is?
Yes.
And Isaac.
Can we bring Jack?
Do we have to?
He might blow the whole thing.
Yeah,
for
he
us.
is. He is not.
That's
he
true.
is-
He's dangerous. He's dangerous.
Yeah.
He might already have an invitation. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have
That's
to talk
true.
to him.
We could see if a Captain Cousteau is on the list already.
I'm gonna ask her.
I think I have a purpose for him, actually.
She's
I could.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's Spanish, right?
Yes, she is Spanish, and more importantly, she's Spanish,
From Spain.
not Hispanic.
Yeah.
She is Spanish from Spain.
So I will talk to her in Spanish. And
I'll understand.
I can't do it out of game because my Spanish is too rusty. Tell me, my dear, are you perchance going to be attending this gala?
She kind of looks slightly askance at this and is like, "No, I'm
Are you going to be working?
I'm hosting this gala. It is a lot. I will be there, and I'll be doing other. I mean, she's the chatelaine for the house. You can
Yeah.
tell that. So
Perhaps you and I could meet again during the gala. What do you think? Show
okay,
me around
I
the
need you to
villa.
roll. I need you to roll woo here.
Hand goes on pocket.
I think Corinne goes
I
on
know.
Josephine,
I'm like immediately
no.
like I'm
she seems fine. She seems fine. She's been a little nervous, a little
Just-
fidgety, and then she goes still, and the hand goes in the pocket.
I feel it.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
gonna,
think
I'm
we
just gonna
both we're both
immediately
like we're like Josephine. Okay.
we're just momming her
As he swaps
so
to
hard.
Spanish, I'm like,
7. That's a success.
It is a success. They are on a hit. They are now your love interest or companion.
I
On a
will
7
go
to
with
9,
companion.
choose one. Ah,
This.
You have to choose one.
I'm gonna go with they make you talk.
Mm-hmm. You tell them something they shouldn't know.
Yeah.
Good. We're gonna hold that piece for however, as you. What did you want from her? As you know, she kind of agrees.
What
to.
I want her to do during the gala is to bring me, and perhaps the rest of the crew sneaking behind, around the estate. Basically give me a tour of the
tour.
estate.
Um,
You know, all the places, not just the places that Ignatius doesn't mind guests.
so
But-
we're gonna hold that then.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold what you actually want, and you're just asking her if she'll be here next week,
Mhm.
Or tomorrow, for her tomorrow, and she says, "Yes, I look forward to seeing you again,
And I will bend down and
Don
kiss her hand.
De La Cruz."
Grip on Josie's
Um,
arm. It's like, no, Josie's okay.
Just like
you
gentle circle.
and she would let wait, hold on, I just lost the thing. When you have everything set up and then you lose the thing. Here it is. She would let you know that her name is Gabriela Ruiz. And that she looks forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And all of your associates as well. I think if I move, I can move Captain Villefort. He's fine. He can go further away. And you can be closer to the head table.
As you wish.
And as we kind of pan the camera back, Josie, what are you doing in this moment? Josephine.
Has taken hand off pocket brick, and is looking around at the villa, seeing if there's anything that reminds her of his estate back in Spain. Just looking around, just observing, a little fidgety, a little nervous. It's been a while.
You're looking around and you're in this entrance room, right? You haven't really gone around. It looks very Spanish, but it also looks very much like you get there are a bunch of boxes, crates around that people are slowly moving around places, like somebody's moving in, or
Okay.
like, but there is one thing on centered on the wall that kind of leads into the rest of the house. You know, there's just one of these centered in one of these walls, you know, that you can see here in this entrance hall is a large painting. That you are very familiar with. And you see Ignatius Steele, aka Don Ignatius de Herrera de Sevilla, with his little handlebar mustache and the little goatee and the very suave brushed back black hair, with the little ruff in his military plate uniform, sash and sword, his formal portrait from his time at the court in Spain.
She'd probably wander towards that then, just kind of like absent-mindedly as she's walking around, because it's something familiar.
It is a very dashing portrait of a very dashing gentleman. Nathaniel's dealing with the chatelaine, Gabriela Ruiz. Josephine's staring rapturedly at this image painting. Corinne,
It's been like
what
2.5
are you doing?
years.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just trying to take stock of this villa.
It's a very nice villa. You definitely get the impression that you're of the upper classes.
Mhm.
It looks very much like the Lord has just come to this particular residence of his, and everyone is going out of their way to move everything around. All of his baggage is still being put away. All of his, the servants are running around doing too many things. Not only did you just come home, you're also having a ball the next night. Everything's in chaos. Organized chaos, but chaos.
Yes, but organized, but not so organized that you can get away with more things here than normally. There'll be gaps.
Yes, there'll be gaps.
A little bit of, granted, there'll be a little bit of messiness, untidiness.
Mhm.
If we need to, we can take advantage of. And she'll kind of go to the captain and inform her of this. Like, if we're planning on anything, the help will be out of sorts. They've just moved in and are preparing. There'll be some gaps in patrols, gaps in supplies, gaps in eyes watching.
That's good to know. I think it'll come in handy.
Depending what happens.
Yes, depending on what happens.
So, with Josephine staring rapturedly at this painting, Nathaniel flirting with the help and getting you guys onto the guest list, the two of you observing, that's where we're going to end it for today.
All right,
As
then.
you plot how you're going to crash a party.
It's not crashing if we get invitations.
Yeah, I think the one person crashing it is going to be Isaac coming in smelling like a pig again.
We will
He will not.
We're getting
be.
cleaned up. We're gonna have the makeover.
I will-
like, beginning
Corinne-
of the next episode.
I will she's all that him so hard.
Corinne will take everybody shopping and we'll look great.
Shopping episode.
Wait,
Shopping
even
at
better?
Gala.
I have a better reference. You know that part in the Princess Diaries where she goes from being student to princess? We're gonna do that to
Mhm.
Isaac.
Yes. Just complete crew makeover.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to look like a moose.
Shopping. Yes.
Yeah.
Make all the boy moose go wah.
All right, let's I'm downloading the list of donors. And let's
Because we have another giveaway.
draw
Yes.
another one for our last giveaway of today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's gonna be a D5. 4. Our winner is Godless Lawyer. Congratulations,
Oh, hey,
Godless Lawyer. You have just won yourself a copy of Ghosts of Saltmarsh over on Roll20. I will get in touch with you by email after the end of this this stream. Sorry about that, I blanked out for a moment. And to get your information so that I can get that to Roll20 and they can assign the module to your account. This includes, just like the winner for our Descent into Avernus campaign earlier, it includes all the maps, all the handouts you need, all the stats, everything is pre-made for you, so you can just drop in, make characters, and play the campaign. Thank you so much to everyone who came today. Thank you so much for all of your gracious donations. It is going to help a very, very good cause. Thank you to all of you who hang out in chat. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs, the resubs. Hello, welcome to all the new people. I am Simon at Wandering DM. We stream here all week normally. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We did take a break this week because of what is happening, but we should maybe be back next week. We'll see if our regular schedule will reprise. I'll let you all know of this over on my Twitter if you follow me, and that's about it for me. I will be GMing tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern a game of Mouse Guard for charity over on Cypher of Tyr, who I think, if Tanya is still online, we are going to raid. Yep. So we'll do that. And after we're done with our outros, but yes, it'll be on Cypher of Tyr's channel. I'm GMing a game of Mouse Guard for charity, so if you've never played Mouse Guard, if you want to see what it looks like, we're gonna both be making the characters and playing probably a few missions. We'll see how fast the players go through everything. But that is it for me. Let's just go around the table, tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet, what you have going on in your lives. We'll do the same order as we did the intro, so we will begin with our gracious captain.
Ahoy, everyone. It's me, your boy, the captain. You can find me at Xander Slamilton on Twitter and Twitch. This is the only place I am right now. Just love this game so much. It's the best part of my week every week. So thank you all again for doing that. And thank you for everyone who donated. Like, as somebody that works in fundraising, any dollar that you can give to the cause is important and valuable, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Josie.
That's me. This was so much fun. Oh my goodness, I adore this game. I'm so excited for our gala episode next week. That's gonna be fun. You can find me online at LaughLoveLindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. My channel was dark this week, but we will be back next week on Monday and Tuesday for D&D, and I believe we'll have our Friday Aliens game next week, next Friday as well. So that'll be super fun. And that's about it. Just follow Twitter for info on when stuff's happening and where, and stay safe.
Sorry, Shauna.
Hey, oh man, I am so much fun. I am totally excited for a party and see what happens with this. And we got a little bit of drama going on, so I can't wait. But yes, Shauna Flanksters on Twitter, where I have all the games that I do throughout the week. So next time you'll see me is probably on Tuesday on Encounter Roleplay, where I am GMing Last Horizon, a Coriolis game where things are getting kind of spooky. They might have unwanted visitor on their ship. I'll see what that is. And you can catch me all the art that I post on there on Twitter as well. On as a little bit of a thing. I did the artwork for Celise on Tanya's profile for Twitter and stuff like that. So that's out there. And should have more posting up soon. And thank you everybody for donating and supporting the cause. Thank you very much. Thanks.
And last but not least, Deirdre.
Oh, hey, y'all. You know me. I'm at Deirdre on Twitter, or Praxagorthesmia4. You used to see me around on Twitch. And I love that everyone loves this game because this is a lot of fun, and I'm glad it's going so well. I can't wait for next week. Can't wait for next week. There might be surprises in store for people. I'm just saying. Keep your eyes out.
I'm
There
sure
could be
meeting my
surprises.
apparently father is going to be fine. It's perfectly smooth and nothing bad at all.
I don't-
Ashley did not murder maybe a few of their associates.
Oh my god, I'm gonna meet your father.
We murdered some people. We have a prisoner. Nathaniel's
Oh, I
gonna
have plans. We have plans.
Josephine's dad.
This
Yeah.
is gonna
Yep,
be
there are
weird.
lots of things. There are lots of things that are going to be going on.
And my boy Steve needs to come home. Steve, if you're listening right now, come back to the show.
I desperately want some reason for what's her name to be at this thing, because I need
Oh, the
Sister
nun.
Letitia?
Yes,
Sister Letitia.
just like I want to see eyes. I want to like
Oh, the
but,
complicated web we weave.
oh yes.
but other than that, for me myself, you can find me here a lot because I like to hang out with my friends here. Yay! You can find me on Wednesdays over on Wandering DM with
Nope, Wednesdays is on Tales from the Grim.
Wednesdays on Tales from the Grim. Wow, I need more
Yes.
sleep apparently. Tales from the Grim with Lindy for Witcher Family of Wraiths. And And next week, this Wednesday is the 20th episode, and we are totally fine in this week coming up, I'm sure. But you can also find me on my channel over on Praxagora Thesmiophoria on Twitch. I am currently also raising money for the Bale Project, part of the team with Tanya, Cypher of Tyr. And I am, it's like I've been doing what I usually do in my off time, which is talk about classics and read classics. In classics, I mean Latin and Greek and other Mediterranean languages. We've started yesterday the Aeneid. We're going to go through the whole thing. We got through books 1 and 2 yesterday, so we've got at least 4 more days of this, guys. It's a long thing. But come hang out, chat. We're talking about things and having all the fun. And I enjoy all of you. But till next week.
Yep, let's go and raid Tanya. Give her some love if you've never been on her stream. They're very fun. She normally streams a bunch of video games. So let's check her out and say hi. Thank you, everyone who came, and we will see you again next week. Bye-bye.